So she was throwing stones at my cleaners and she was hiding her hands. She's such a coward. This part of the book mentions some fertile fields where leadership has a decline. Let me go through them with you. There's 6 of them. The first one is politics. The second one is banking. The third is industry leaders. The fourth is religion. The fifth is education. The sixth is journalism. Now, don't you think we still need better leadership in all of those industries, including our industry in labor? This book was written in 1937, and we still have a decline in leadership in all of those areas. Some of them have some disruptors, but not ours. There is still a whole lot of room for better leadership in the labor world. The old type of leaders thought and moved in terms of dividends instead of thinking and moving in terms of the human equation. The future leader in industry to endure must regard himself as a quasi-public official whose duty it is to manage his trust in such a way that it will work hardship on no individual or group of individuals. Exploitation of working men is a thing of the past. Let the man who aspires to leadership in the field of business, industry, and labor remember this. Remember that, my friends. This book was written in 1937, and we still don't have the human equation when it comes to labor. If you ask me, it's gotten worse. Ask everybody. One thing about the cleaning industry that I didn't assume when I got into the cleaning industry is the disrespect of the cleaners. It is beyond. There are so many stories, and all of you who are in the cleaning business already know the stories. We should have a huddle and a powwow. Let's talk about it. It seems like the trend, which it is the trend, I have heard talks that this is the trend for property managers to give as much as they possibly can to the cleaner so that they don't have to do as much work. And that is exactly what they do. But they want us to do it with lower wages and treating us like second-class citizens. Somehow they think less is more, and they are correct. You're gonna get more headaches. We all know the number one success factor in this industry. Can anybody tell me what it is? Yeah, it's the clean. That is the number one success factor in the industry. If a guest walks into a unit and it's not clean, it is over. It is over for everybody. And not to mention all of the other tragedies that have happened when a unit is not cleaned. I'm here as a cleaning business owner and as an Airbnb host to tell you we need to stand 10 toes down on our quality, on our pricing, and how we treat our people. It was just 2 years ago when I got fired from 2 different clients in 2 different cities, and it all boiled down to squeezing the life out of my cleaners. And if I didn't, well, we see what happened. In 1 month, I lost 152 units due to human rights. I refuse to overwork my cleaners, and I refuse to pay them lower wages. It's just not how it's gonna work. I was not willing to let my team go to work and be harassed and be stretched and be squeezed. Now, if you're one of those kind of property managers or startup owners and you want to squeeze as much as you want from the cleaners, let me know how that goes after you've started your internal team. You know my phone number. As a business owner and as an entrepreneur, it is a privilege to hold this position. Even though it's a lot of hard work to get there and it's a lot of solo work that you have to do, I find it to be my social responsibility to make a change. So from the beginning, I have allowed my cleaners to bring their kids with them to work. Not everybody has kids, but there are times that you have to take your kid to work or you just don't work. And it's a win-win situation for everybody. There are nobody in the unit. Their kids are very well behaved. And I trust my cleaners. I trust them to be good parents. And one thing that I really find honorable is that they are willing to take their kid to work with them. And honestly, I think it's more about raising your own child than spending money for daycare or whatever. I think it is an awesome thing for kids to see their parents work. My kid sees me work, and why wouldn't I let that allow the same thing for my team? It's definitely much more safer for them to raise their own kid. They know their own child. Personally, I wouldn't want to take my kid to work with me because I won't get much work done. But let me tell you something. They go to work and they get it done even with their kids there. That's a lot of discipline. That's a lot of work. And that's something to be very proud of. It's a win-win situation for everybody. My cleaners can go to work. They can bring their kids. They're watching their own child, and the job is getting done, and I'm happy. But unfortunately, this was one of the issues as to why we got fired a couple years ago. In this particular building, Butler Brothers in Dallas, ooh, excuse me, the leasing agent was a bully. And my last straw was when that leasing agent came up to one of my cleaners. The leasing agent saw that one of my cleaners was carrying her 3-year-old son with her in the cart right behind her. And she went right up to her and said, "If you don't take this kid out of this building, I'm going to call CPS on you. I'm going to call Child Protective Services on you." And my cleaner immediately called me with what happened. I was so livid, and thinking about it right now makes me so angry. Because first of all, you shouldn't be treating people like that. People with kids, why would you go and disrespect somebody's mom like that? Number two. And number three, there are kids in the building. So why can't my cleaner's kid be in the building? This is straight up discrimination. And I was not having it. So I called her office. I spoke to her secretary, and I didn't even get to her because she heard that I wanted to talk to her about her harassing my cleaners. And yes, I used the word harass, and maybe it was not the right thing to do, but what she did was not the right thing to do. And that secretary didn't even get me to her. That secretary told her, and she immediately called my client, and my client called me to tell me that we were now banned from the building because I wanted to talk to her. So she was throwing stones at my cleaners, and she was hiding her hands. She's such a coward. Biggest coward I've ever come across so far. And in this position, you don't even know where to start, where to begin, where to end. Is it the chicken or is it the egg? Should we work as indentured servants and get paid pennies? Or should we just not work at all? I just know I want a company that I'm proud of. I want a company that has people that are happy to work there. I want a company that I'm proud to say that I own. So I would rather say no to the money than us have a job. It comes down to that. I would rather not have a job than send people to work to be abused. I guess I lose. It's like 1937 up in here in 2003. Although Airbnb was born in the 2000s and it started as a startup company, there is still a lot of old thinking in this industry. Mostly numbers-based people lacking the human equation still, since 1937. I truly believe that businesses who add the human equation to their business are more successful because they have a team. Keep supporting and defending our cleaning teams because without them, we are nothing. We have no business, we have no success, and we wouldn't even be thriving without the cleaning people in the Airbnb industry. They are number one. They are who we should be focusing on, not your numbers, not the price of the clean. Yes, the price is a factor. I get it. However, there's so much money in this industry. The last thing you need to squeeze is the cleaner. Cleaning toilets doesn't mean you're a lower person. I only have honest people on my team that I trust. Airbnb cleaning is not easy, and the guests have high expectations, as they should. However, the leadership in this industry, from the startup companies, from the hosts, from the business owners, needs a whole revamp. Each step towards a better working environment starts with you. So if you want to be closer to success, please like and subscribe. See you next time.